here we go. Ready for some action. The gold team will kick off right to left on your radio dial. And the kicker, that is Julio Galvan of Kennedy High School, kicking off for the gold squad. And again, Sheldon Croney and Isaiah Sharp are back deep to return for the black team. Two guys with an awful lot of speed and some moves to go with it.
And some size, too.
That's true.
They're going to run you over.
Not as much space in this game, so sometimes you do have to run people over. Although they confided to me yesterday that getting tackled on this carpet's not a lot of fun either, so you'd rather just go into the wall.
How many of the guys that don't have the, they're playing without any kind of protection on their arms?
Yeah, you definitely want to have the sleeves and the tights and that sort of thing. Caleb Morin, I love rocking the long hairstyle there. He's one of the gunners there for the black team. Short sleeves, short pants.
From Wasco?
He's raw. That's Wasco style right there. So here we go. The 14th annual U.S. Army All-Star Bowl from Rabobank Arena kicking off now. And the ball is sent deep. It's going to go off of that net, and Isaiah Sharp is going to have a chance to return this. He takes it out of the end zone, makes one man miss, and he will be dragged down as he crosses the 10, gets to the 14-yard line. Kevin Bagsby with the tackle for Miramonte. So first down black squad, and again, 15-minute quarters, but we have a running clock except on scores and timeouts. So it doesn't really take any longer than a regular high school game except for the extra stoppages. Well, the game itself doesn't, I should say. In fact, it might be faster because of the running clock, but there are quite a few stoppages. So the black team with Brandon Jones at quarterback starts from its own 14.
Under center, it's got to be weird for him to do that.
Yeah, he's under center, and in an arena game, you don't see that a lot. Kind of a bunch formation, and he's going to go deep, and he is looking for Croney, and it's overthrown.
Right idea.
So Dennis Manning and his team coming out firing here on the first snap, looking for the big strike, but the ball overthrown, intended for Croney. Bagsby back there in coverage, along with Curtis Hampton of BHS. So second down and 10, and again, the clock continues to run even on those incomplete passes. So we're 13 and a half minutes here in the first quarter. Jones again under center. Again, Croney goes in motion, and it's a handoff. It's a running play. Matt Smith dragging a defender forward to the 20, so a gain of 6. What's the over-under on running plays we'll see here tonight?
Yeah,
maybe
probably
5?
10.
I would go under 10, but we've already had one, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 4. And again, there's really no such thing as punting in this game. You either go for it or you kick a field goal. And most of the time, teams will go for it unless it's 4th and really long.
The other thing I love fascinating on this kind of carpet too is you don't see cleats really being worn. You see more like basketball shoes.
Right, or indoor soccer shoes.
Yep.
Isaiah Sharp goes off the field. It'll be Croney in motion. Here's Jones. He throws, and it's caught by Croney. He makes a man miss, and he gets inside the 10 before he's slammed into that wall. It'll be 1st and goal for the black team.
Like the matchup there.
That's a gain of 24 yards down to the 6-yard line. So the first completion for Brandon Jones. First of many, I would think, for both quarterbacks.
Well, Jordan Wiley and Brandon Jones, so they play in that offense, they're used to those quick slants, those quick strikes.
Spot the ball at the 7, so make that a gain of 23. Now it gets a little difficult. Not a lot of space on this field. Croney again backs up. He will be the man in motion for the 4th time out of 4. They go the other direction on a drag route, and holding onto the ball for the touchdown is Zach Balfans of Bakersfield Christian. It's a eagle-to-eagle connection and a 7-yard touchdown for the black squad. So a fast start there And with 11:35 to play in the first quarter, it is 6-0 black team. And the referee is trying to stop the clock. It's still running. They'll finally stop it at 11:26, so that's your official time for the first score. Who do we have kicking here, Lewis? Can you see? Is that 11?
Looks like a
That would
number
be
11, yeah.
Juan Topete of Taft. Caxton Tonis is going to hold, and Topete makes the extra point, and that's a bigger deal in these games than you would think. Those narrow goalposts are not easy to hit, but Topete did it there, and it is 7-0 black over gold. So now we have our first timeout of the night, 11:26 to play, first quarter. Big play on that drive, the 3rd and 4. Completion, Brandon Jones to Sheldon Croney, a catch and run of 23 yards. And then Jones follows it up with a 7-yard touchdown pass to his high school teammate, Zach Balfans. $7-0 for the black team. We didn't get our opening kickoff touchdown, but we may get one here. Returning for the gold squad now, it's Derek Adams of Highland and Chad Gleason of Desert. Juan Topete will kick off for the black. And he boots it into the end zone, and here comes Adams. Adams stumbles past a tackler, and he's out to the 15. How about an over-under on kickoff return touchdowns?
Pretty strong.
Yeah, it's got to be a good 1.5, I'd say. You're going to get you're going to get at least one. You can see how close these guys are to breaking it even when they get tackled at the 10. If they make that one-man miss, they just might be gone. So now Jordan Wiley from Independence, the quarterback.
And out of the shotgun, so big, interesting to see what they do here.
Now Rich Cornford has Wiley out of the shotgun. He's immediately under pressure, rolls out to his right and throws deep, and it is dropped in the end zone. Thrown a little bit behind the receiver.
That was Braylon Scott that dropped
Braylon Scott was looking for the big play. It wasn't a perfect throw, but considering it was on the run, Wiley did a pretty good job leading him there, and Scott will tell you he should have and will have that one more often than not. Jordan Wiley, by the way, it's no wonder these Arena Bowl rosters are selected by draft, and it's no wonder Rich Cornford took him. Jordan Wiley was a nightmare for Frontier in the regular season. Frontier beat Independence that night, I believe it was 60-52, but boy, did Wiley have an enormous game. And here he will throw to the flat and complete it to Chad Gleason, and that's a nice little gain after the catch for Gleason, close to a first down. Chad Gleason of Desert. And that will go for 7 yards and set up 3rd down and 3. Third and 3, Braylon Scott going in motion. That's Derek Adams on the near side. Wiley looks right now, back left. Now he's having to twist away from the defense, and he's going to get away from everybody and run for a big gain to the 20, the 15, and into the wall at the 10-yard line. Katz and Tonis made the touchdown-saving tackle, but Jordan Wiley making things happen with his feet. That goes down as an 18-yard gain, but he got a lot more than that just to get away from the defenders. Tanner Henderson almost had him for 1. And I think Frank Zavaleta almost had him at one point. And Marcus Bruce may have almost had him too. That's what Wiley can do, an 18-yard run, and it is 1st and goal at the 10. Two receivers split to the right, Adams and Scott, and on the near side it's Gleason. Wiley taking his time. Now he escapes the pocket again, and this time he is not going to get away, in part because he ran into his own man. Tanner Henderson and Caleb Morin were there for the black team, and Wiley is sacked. And Mason Grants of Centennial was also in the area. He kind of cleaned up the mess after Henderson and Morin. Wiley almost got away again, but that was a loss of 11. So 2nd and goal back at the 21, and remember, that's in arena football, that's almost midfield. The black team has gotten tremendous pressure so far, Lewis. Wiley in the shotgun. He escaped it once, he couldn't do it that time. It's Derek Adams in motion. Now Wiley again under pressure, and again he's hit and dropped Mason Grants. He tried to step up into the pocket, and Mason Grant said, That's going to be Frank Salaleta. So that's back to midfield. 2 consecutive sacks after the big run by Jordan Wiley.
Yeah, the issue here is that they don't really have a big guys up front, but they're quick, and they're causing problems for the offensive linemen of the gold team.
Yeah, the offensive line in an arena game is just 3-on-3, so there's some more space, and you've really got to make quick decisions as a quarterback. And right now, Wiley has done well once, but he's struggled the last couple of times. Now he's going to throw it deep, a jump ball for Braylon Scott. Can't quite come up with it, and it's Katzentonis on the coverage.
Wasn't really a very good throw there.
Really just a jump ball, and I think
Wiley threw it off his back foot, and that's going to squander that opportunity.
He may have heard some more footsteps. Now, again, it's 4th and goal from the 25. There's really no such thing as punting, so what do you do here?
You're going to go for the kick?
Yeah, Rolando Arona is out on the field, and he is going to kick. Or, excuse me, that's
number 9 kicking.
Yeah, Dimas, number 7, is going to hold, and it is Julio Galvan of Kennedy, the left-footed kicker, with the field goal try, and it is just wide right. Now remember, this can be returned. Isaiah Sharp has it. He gets a block, and he may go. He's at midfield with 1 man to beat, and he is going to go all the way. It's Isaiah Sharp. And you know he wanted to do that earlier. And we might get the dance here. I'm not sure what that was, but it was a happy Isaiah Sharp is what it was. A 50-yard return of a missed field goal.
Got a huge block there.
Who had that block, Lewis? Can you tell?
I can't tell, but it was huge.
Isaiah Sharp makes it 13-0. And that is the sort of thing you can't do if you're going to win arena ball games. You certainly want to score in every possession, but you can't give the other team touchdowns on your possessions. Makes things too easy. And that's with 5:06 on the first quarter clock. And here comes Topete, and he is good again. And it's 14-0 gold. Or excuse me, 14-0 black over gold. Once he got that blocked, you could tell he had a pretty clear pathway up the sideline and then only 1 man to beat. Isaiah Sharp, of course, played the first 3 years of his career in Wasco and had some tremendous success, especially in that 2012 season when the Tigers were undefeated and won the Division IV section title. Transferred to Frontier as a senior.
Certainly was impressive that year. He had some injury issues his junior year.
Had some injury problems his senior year as well at Frontier. So 14-0 after Isaiah Sharp's missed field goal return. Meanwhile, some pretty impressive stuff, really, for the CSUB baseball team. They're up 5-0 on Seattle U tonight.
Game
Lewis.
also live on Bakersfield.com.
That's right. You can toggle between the two. We're in a timeout. Check out some baseball there between innings. Check us out. Whatever you want to do. Those are the two screens you can toggle between on your Bakersfield.com homepage tonight. Zach Ewing and Louis Amestoy with you at Rabobank Arena. And we are watching the U.S. Army All-Star Bowl, with the black squad leading the gold 14-0. Now a near catch by Chad Gleason, but he could not come up with it, and so it does go into the fence, and that's the perfect kick in an arena game. You want to get it into the crowd there, and it can't be returned, and you only have to take it out to the 5-yard line. So the gold squad, already down 14-0, is going to have to begin at its own 5 here, with exactly 5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
So the question here is, what do you do now with Jordan Wiley?
Well, I do want to tell you, Lewis, one of the big plays that we haven't really mentioned, except for when it happened, was the Stavros Katsantonis tackle of Jordan Wiley on that scramble. It looked for a minute like he might score.
Yeah.
Katsantonis was the only one to beat, and he drove Wiley into the wall and tripped him up. And Wiley was sacked on the next 2 plays, missed field goal, boom, touchdown the other way. So now, you're right, Wiley has only completed 1 pass, and it was a short one to the flat. And he's been sacked a couple of times. Now another quick hitter, and look out. Free now.
Lamicio Hill.
Is Lamicio Hill. And Lamicio Hill down inside the 10. The defensive back there went for the pick and missed. And Lamicio Hill said, thank you very much. It took me a second to realize whether that was Lamicio Hill or the other number 2, Nick Santoro, but it was Lamicio Hill of Bakersfield High. And there is a big play. That's a 38-yard gain, Wiley to Hill. And it is first and goal from the 7. Remember, the Gold Squad had first and goal on its first possession and couldn't score. Handoff now to Hill. And Hill doesn't find much room, maybe a yard. So that's 2 designed running plays late in the first quarter here. And it's second and goal from the 6. And if you were watching that CSUB Seattle game, you saw Seattle load the bases with nobody out in the 7th inning and not score at all. Still 5-0 Roadrunners. Here it's 14-0 Black Squad. Wiley back to pass. Short pass and nothing but open field in front. It's Dylan Guillermo. Touchdown Gold. So Jordan Wiley to the BHS lineman, Dylan Guillermo. And Guillermo showed he's got a little bit of speed to duck into the corner of that end zone.
Good for him.
I like that play. A 6-yard touchdown toss, and that will cut the Black lead almost in half. We'll see about the extra point with 3:04 to play. So big 0-0, Dylan Guillermo. And here is Julio Galvan of Kennedy for the extra point to try to make it 14-7. It is up and again missed, and the extra points cannot be returned, so that's a dead ball. So it will be 14-6 Black over Gold. 3:04 to play, first quarter. Your impression so far, Lewis? Pretty good stuff.
It's pretty fun. Having some fun with this game. Moving right along. We're at 2:49 to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I said 3:04. They ran the clock during the extra point. Jordan Wiley of Independence, the touchdown toss to Dylan Guillermo of Bakersfield High.
If you missed a highlight, go visit us on Facebook on BVarsity Live or on YouTube on BVarsity Live as well. And follow us on Twitter on BVarsity Live. Also follow us on Instagram on BVarsity Live. You name it, we've got it. We're connected.
Search somewhere for BVarsity Live, and there we will be.
Our most popular one right now is Instagram. Let's get some videos up there. Any updates from Thorne out at the track meet of the Patriot games?
I haven't seen any in a little while. I know he had Isaac Trevino running a 48.01 in the 800 meters.
That's good news for Isaac Trevino.
I'm assuming he meant the 400 meters.
Oh, what did he have it as?
He had it as the 800 meters.
Oh.
That'd be faster than a horse, I think.
Yeah.
Off the goal post, and they had some trouble with that, and I think the Gold Squad got it back.
Yes, they did.
Crony and Sharp were expecting that to hit the net, and who can blame them?
I don't think they knew what was going on exactly.
Well, it hit the goal post, and it ricocheted down hard, and I think Crony reached out his hand and touched it, and that ball was recovered at the 5-yard line. Amazing. So I guess that goes down as a muffed kickoff of some sort.
Mike Hart seems to have maybe a little laryngitis. He seems a little wobbly there in the voice.
So a timeout for the Gold team. I guess they weren't ready to have their offense out on the field. They'll call it with 2:34 to play here in the first quarter. It's 14-6 Black team, but the Gold team gets the first turnover of the night and has it first and goal late here in the first quarter. Again, tweeting out highlights of this game. If you missed them, you want to see them again, that's at BVarsity Live on Twitter. Yeah, you're right, though, talking about Isaac Trevino, Lewis, a 48.01, and I assume that's in the 400 meters.
Yeah, that's good news. That's really good speed.
If you can have that kind of speed, you can run sub 150 in the 800 in the right race.
Yep. Well, I mean, he's already shown it this season, and, you know, I was talking to Evandre Armour at we work out together. I don't work out with him. He works me. He can kill me. But
here's Jordan Wiley, I believe, keeping the ball, getting close to the goal line. And he gets down to the 1-yard line, Lewis.
But what would we say about Kern County track and field if Trevino could win the state title this year?
And Morgan Hill will threaten, especially in the 300-meter hurdles. In the 100-meter hurdles, she's probably a bit of an underdog to win a title,
right?
Get on the podium.
She'll medal.
In the 300-meter hurdles, she's definitely among the favorites to win the whole thing.
But what would it say, though, for the distance runners of this region, you know, to have an 800-meter champion in 2013, and you have Blake Haney dominating in there? I mean,
no doubt about it. Ivan Gonzalez won the 800 meters a couple years ago for Ridgeview. He's at Cal now. So second and goal from the 1 here for the Gold team. They're down 8. They can cut into that lead right now. Jordan Wiley will drop back and roll to his right, and he is hammered and stood up. I don't think he got in.
45 on the tackle there.
45, Brennan Medley of Kern Valley. They play some ball up in Lake Isabella, folks, and Jordan Wiley stoned at the goal line. I'm not so sure. They got such great push on the last play, going straight up the middle. Surprised they didn't do that again. It is illegal for a defense to pack the box in arena football, so might as well have done it again, but it's now third and goal. A ball literally just the nose of the football shy of the goal line. So let's see what the Gold Squad decides to do as we enter the final minute of the first quarter. Wiley keeps it, and that's exactly what I was talking about. That's almost impossible to stop with only 3 defensive linemen, and it is a touchdown for Jordan Wiley of Independence. He's got a throwing touchdown and now a running touchdown in this game. And with 38 seconds to play in the first quarter, the Gold team closes within 2 points. And that was sort of an unlucky bounce for the black squad off of that kickoff, but it sets up another Gold touchdown. They will not go for the two-pointer to tie. It's going to be Julio Galvin for an extra point here. He was close on the extra point and actually close on a much longer field goal, but hasn't hit either one. And here he tries again, the left-footed kicker off of the post, and again, didn't get it. So frustration for Julio Galvan, but the Gold squad does cash in the turnover, and they trail now just 14-12. Now 29 seconds to play in the first quarter. Black 14, Gold 12.
Well, welcome you to Bakersfield.com and our live coverage of the 2015 U.S. Army All-Star Bowl from Rabobank Arena. I'm Louis Samastoy, joined by Zach Ewing, the sports editor of the Bakersfield Californian. And part of our doubleheader tonight, concurrent live streams, Cal State baseball over there, also on the homepage tonight. Pretty exciting stuff for us here.
Of course, it's nothing compared to what we did during the high school football season with 4 at a time. Here is Galvin to kick off for the Gold team.
The offense has been off the field for a long time for the black team. Let's see how they answer back. Still got the lead, though.
Yeah, that's true. They've really only had one drive. And that was a Brandon Jones touchdown pass to Zach Balfans. Then they returned a missed field goal for a touchdown. And then muffed the kickoff after the Gold team scored its first touchdown. So here's another shot. Croney is going to catch this one cleanly in the back of the end zone and go at it. He's tripped up at the 5 and gets out to the 10. With the clock running, that might be the last play of the first quarter here. Breaker Brannon of Highland got the tackle there. And it will, no, they're going to stop the clock, I think, to allow another play here in the first quarter. So the black squad leading 14-12 has first down at its own 10-yard line. 16 seconds to play, first quarter. Is this the Palm crew?
I think so.
In the studio next to us in the radio booth. In motion goes Sheldon Croney. That's been every offensive snap so far for Black. Going for Croney, and it's picked off. Leaping in front and making the interception is Mason Saba of Centennial.
What a play.
Saba read that thing really well, and it looked for a split second like Croney was wide open for a touchdown, and instead it's an interception. Great play and a second straight turnover for the Black. That will end the first quarter. Black team led 14-0. The Gold team has closed within 14-12 and just got the ball back. We'll be right back with the second quarter here on BVarsity.
Let's see if I can show this play one more time to our fans. So we're looking at the last play of the first quarter, and Mason Saba playing center field here will make this interception here.
Yeah, that looked like the perfect play for the Black team, but
Brandon Jones just kind of threw it up there.
He thought he had a wide open receiver, I think.
He basically did, but he just kind of underthrew it. So Saba was right there.
Saba making the play, playing center field, like you said. Yep. And that will end the first quarter. So looks like we are going to move fairly quickly to the second quarter. And you mentioned it was the first time the Black team's offense had been on the field in a while, and it was just one play. And now the flip side of that, those guys have been out playing defense for a long time in arena ball.
All right.
Now, there are a lot of stoppages. I don't know that you really get too worn down, especially in the first half of one of these games. You're going to have a performance by the Black Squad cheerleaders. The players were out there ready to play. Had Colton Foster of Frontier asking me for the link to the live stream. played in this game last year, and he's now at Colorado State.
Pretty good crowd watching right now live. We appreciate you joining us. Of course, all of BVarsity is brought to you by the Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Visit them at kscfu.org.
High school baseball final, Stockdale 5, Frontier 1. The Mustangs take 2 from the Titans this week, and that allows Centennial, I believe they've pulled out to a 3-game lead. You know what, I think Frontier won on Wednesday, now that I think about it, but that does allow Centennial to pull out to a 2-game lead in the SWL race with 4 games remaining. Now they do, those two teams, Centennial and Frontier, do still play twice more. As the cheerleaders give us a show here in between the first and second quarters of the All-Star Bowl. Trevor did report earlier, Lewis, that Lawrence White, the Ridgeview quarterback, who's a junior, he'll be playing this game next year, and he's already got several Division I offers. He's a long jumper, and he had to withdraw from the Patriot games with an injury tonight.
That's not good.
But he is apparently okay. They were scared that, he had felt something pop, but it must just be a sprain.
He's a good one, too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a guy that could maybe get into the state meet.
He is a great football player, a very good long jumper, and a great kid as well. Of course, we saw him get hurt in the regional bowl game down in Riverside. Yeah, he had a concussion, had to go to the hospital overnight. But our best wishes to Lawrence White.
I mean, talking about a guy that that state long jump competition could be very interesting.
Yeah, he's really an athletic kid. Under center is Wiley now as we begin the second quarter, and flags fly. It's our first penalty of the game, which is a nice change of pace. In years past, this game has really been marred by penalties. And I've always sort of had an issue with it. It's an all-star game. If it's not obvious, let them play. But this one, a motion penalty.
Watch Powder Puff football. My goodness.
Actually, it's an offside penalty against the black team. So that'll move the ball 5 yards. 1st and 5, as if the offenses in the arena game need any help. They've got it here. Now another whistle blows. I think there was a problem with the bench over there. There's, of course, a hockey bench that they've put pads over, so sometimes it doesn't close quite right.
It's cold in here like hockey.
It's always cold in here, although Sheldon Croney said it's been warm in the arena all week. Hit immediately after the catch, but then making a man miss is the receiver, and that's Lemicio Hill.
He's so strong and so quick.
He is a bull. And that's his second catch of the evening, and it goes for 12 yards and a first down. Jordan Wiley in the first quarter had 44 passing yards and a touchdown and 8 rushing yards and a touchdown.
Really, he's in the right spot. He was expected to play quarterback, at BHS, and I think he was kind of miscast there. But
they had trouble finding someone to do that there.
But he's such a strong, shifty runner.
There he is again. Getting the carry this time and picking up about 4 yards.
Much more conservative game than we've seen in years past.
So far, anyway. Of course, Cornford and Manning have both, they're veterans of this game. They've done it multiple times before. Maybe they are realize what's going to win you ball games, which is what's really important, of course. Well, it's an all-star game. Is that really important? They say it is. They are very much into winning. Big hit at the line of scrimmage. Now Wiley under pressure. Morin wraps him up with some help there from number 35, Michael Ivaro.
Wasco strong on that one.
Yeah, Caleb Morin tackling Jordan Wiley for the 3rd black team sack of the night. That's a loss of 8.
I told you I like that Morin kid. I saw Wasco several times last season. I really liked the way he played.
It's going to be 3rd and 14 back at midfield now. And despite all the good Jordan Wiley has done with his legs, you talk about a touchdown and a long run early, he's at net 0 yards tonight because of the sacks. So here we go, 3rd down and 14. They've got to get to the 11.
Yep.
And a flag flies out. I believe that's a motion penalty.
Yeah, they're coming in after the blitz. You can see Morin was coming up. And that's been the difference, because he's shooting those gaps and coming in.
And they've been effective at it, but this is the 2nd time they've been dinged for offside, too. And that turns it into a little bit more manageable 3rd and 9. Not that 3rd and 14 in arena football is not manageable. "13 minutes to play before halftime. Black squad leads 14-12, but the gold team has collected 2 consecutive turnovers and is trying to cash in for the lead here. Man in motion there is Braylon Scott. Wiley pump faked it to Scott. He was covered, and instead he dumps it off to Hill, and Hill is going to be a couple yards short of the 1st down. Call it 4th and 2 coming up. Be pretty stunned if the Gold Squad did not go for this.
It's a great matchup there on top, though, with Braylon Scott and
his teammate Stavros, yeah. High school teammates at Liberty made it all the way to the section championship game in Division I. And came up just short against Edison. Otherwise, Kern County would have had 2 teams in regional bowl games.
Next year we'll have a bunch.
Yeah, next year, of course, every section champion makes it in one of
some
13
some
state
in the
divisions.
north, some in the south.
Some in the divisions 1, 3, and 5 will be in the south. Divisions 2, 4, and 6 will be in the north.
I think
Do I have it backwards?
right.
Yeah, 1, 3, and 5 in the north, 2, 4, and 6 in the south. And then I don't know about open. The Gold Squad is going to call it 2nd timeout. Now, ordinarily, you would not get an open division candidate from the central section, but if you did, where do they go? That's one question I have not heard answered yet. Gold Squad calling it 2nd timeout, 11:48 on the
I think it's actually sort of pragmatic in a way, because I don't know, Clovis North hung around when they went that one year. They hung around for a little bit with
Long Beach Poly.
Long Beach Poly before.
Bakersfield, of course, beating Mission Hills.
Still one of the best games I think I've ever seen.
That was a fantastic game, and I think BHS going to be derailed by a couple of fumbles inside the 5-yard line, but they just kept coming and found a way to stop Mission Hills a couple of times and get the win.
I'll never forget my reaction to that. I hope I never forget it when Asani Rufus scored that late touchdown. And I was just thinking to myself, I think it was my tweet was, he did it,
Well, Asani Rufus, a great athlete, a great leader, and his willpower in some of those games. When he got the ball on 3rd and 4,
yep,
you just weren't going to stop him. He was going to get 5 yards. He was going to get more than that probably, and that's what it was on those last couple of drives in that game.
So 1st down.
On 4th and 2, Hill does pick up the 1st down here, down to the 9-yard line.
Right at the 9, yep.
So it'll be 1st and goal. Turnover is really the name of the game in arena football because it's difficult to stop offenses otherwise. And now Wiley has the play back in the huddle. Early 2nd quarter here. Black Squad leading Gold 14-12. You are watching BVarsity Live's coverage of the U.S. Army All-Star Bowl. Wiley in the shotgun on 1st and goal for the Gold Squad as they look to take their first lead of the night. In motion is Braylon Scott. He dumps it off to Guillermo, and that's really a tremendous catch by Guillermo after he bobbled it initially, but unfortunately for him, he fell to the turf.
Lost a yard, though. Lost 2 yards on that play almost.
Yeah, had he caught it cleanly the first time, he had some room to run. Instead, a loss of a yard. And
surprisingly, this is kind of a ball control game here. I'm a little surprised by this.
Well, and right now, if the Gold Squad can indeed take the lead here, it's been turnovers that's done it for them. They had not necessarily a mistake of their own, but they allowed a big special teams play on the Isaiah Sharp.
Breaking news here, Zach. I just saw a moth flying above the crowd here.
Did you really interrupt me to tell me that there's a moth in Bakersfield? Here we go. Wiley fumbled the snap but got it back. Now looking in the corner of the end zone, too tall for Braylon Scott. Scott, and that's Matthew Clendenin of Centennial getting into it just a little bit there. Be 3rd and goal. This is Jordan Wiley's first incompletion since the first drive of the game.
They keep eating away at the clock here, you know?
Yeah, well, the running clock certainly makes that easier, but of course, if you didn't have a running clock in an arena game, it would take forever to play this thing. So here we go, 3rd and goal from the outside the 10. Wiley again under pressure. Ducks past 2 men, but he's held up and then eventually sacked. Let's see, holding him up there was Brennan Medley, and then Frank Zavaleta came in to clean up the mess. So that is the 4th sack of the game for the Black Squad, and it's going to make it 4th and goal back at the 17.
Andrew Hansen was on that tackle. Number 12, right? Black team?
I had 45 and 5.
I saw him in there. Interesting. Playing on defensive end.
12 for the black team would be Tanner Henderson of Garces.
Okay, all right.
Andrew Hansen's 12 for gold. So they will go for it on 4th and goal, and again looking for Braylon Scott, and again it's just a little bit too tall.
Yep.
And good coverage there as well.
Took forever, but good defensive stand there for the black team.
Matt Clendenin again on the coverage, and he did a good job on Braylon Scott there, and it's a turnover on downs. If you can get pressure, that can be the equalizer for those turnovers. 8:23 to play in the first half. And the black team, really, you talk about ball control, Lewis, they've run one offensive play, which was an interception, in more than just about a full quarter here. It's amazing, in a 15-minute quarter. But they got the missed field goal return for a touchdown, then they fumbled the kickoff, then they threw an interception on one play, and like you said, the gold team's been playing a little bit of ball control, really. Jones under center. Matt Smith, his high school teammate behind him, and now Sheldon Croney will go in motion to the far side. This pass caught by number 18, that's R.J. Oliver, another BCHS player, and it is close to a first down. Going to pick up about 7.
Going to Yale.
He is going to Yale. Not something you see every day. Football player from Bakersfield going to Yale.
I saw that Silas Nicita landed on his feet.
Where's he?
Committed to Southern Assemblies of God in Texas.
Yeah, can't play in the NCAA, so.
NAIA?
Yeah.
Oh, false start there. They're gonna.
It's Isaiah Sharp doing some dancing, and now he's going to throw, and he's got an open man.
What a catch.
And it's Sheldon Croney, and it's a touchdown for the Black Squad. Are you kidding me? A broken play, and Isaiah Sharp makes something happen. And it's his buddy Sheldon Croney on the other end. 26 yards to pay dirt. That was our first highlight moment in a while there.
That was.
I know it because you sit down at your computer to file the highlight. That was tremendous on both ends. Croney to keep alive in the secondary there and find an opening, and Isaiah Sharp to dance around and keep the play alive. Now the referees are having a conference right at the goal line here.
I kind of thought it was a false start, but maybe I was wrong on that.
I don't think they can go and call that now, though. Juan Topete is out on the field. Both special teams units for the extra point are out there. But we'll have to wait on the call. Well, whatever it is, they say touchdown is good. No, they're not going to give us any further explanation. Here is Topete. High snap. And off the post. Can't return an extra point, so it's just going to go as a missed extra point. And it is now with 7:02 to play before the half. Black team 20, gold team 12. Isaiah Sharp to Sheldon Croney. Only in the All-Star Bowl would you say something like that. But it happened here tonight. $7:02 to play before the half. Also a good follow on Twitter, Lewis, is the All-Star Bowl account. It's just at All-Star_Bowl. And they're tweeting some photos and videos from tonight as well. Some cool behind-the-scenes stuff. So the black squad jumped out to a 14-0 lead and then really had trouble just getting the ball back. Some turnovers and other strange things. And Gold had cut it to 14-12 and had a 1st and goal with a chance to take the lead and couldn't do it. And now, just like that, the black team pops back up by 8, 20-12. Topete will kick off for the black team. It's Derek Adams deep in the end zone, and Chad Gleason standing at about the 3 to return for the gold team. Adams is going to get a shot at this one. Takes it right in front of the Z in blitz, right up the middle. Tries to get out of a tackle, but Brennan Medley would not let him go. And Adams had a burst of speed there, but the Kern Valley Bronc, Brennan Medley, says, no further, sir. First down at the 17 for the gold squad. First down Gold.
See what these guys can do this time.
Jordan Wiley is the quarterback again in a bunch formation. He will throw in the flat to Gleason and hit immediately by Stavros Katsantonis. Gleason frustrated because he thought he had some running room and he couldn't even turn around.
Well, that's Castronovas who makes such a quick hit on the ball.
Did you just call him Castronovas?
What is it?
Katsantonis.
Katsantonis.
That was a Trevor Horn moment if I've ever seen one.
Stavros. Let's call him Stavros.
But see, I've been told I'm saying that wrong too. It's Stavros.
Stavros.
He is going to the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, and he says all of his Canadian family does call him Stavros. There's no such thing as a short A in Canada.
Right off his helmet.
That drop by Braylon Scott, and he's had a couple tonight. The first one was a more difficult catch than that one, and it will be 3rd down and 10. Scott, of course, he'll join Colton Foster at Colorado State next year. And Preston Hodges, former Independence quarterback, is also at Colorado State. So little Bakersfield pipeline starting in Fort Collins there. Wiley 7 of 12 for 62 yards and a touchdown thus far. 20-12 Black Squad. It's 3rd and 10 now for the Gold. He's back to pass, and again under immediate pressure. And
what a tackle.
Look at him being dragged down by his jersey by Mason Grants. Did he fumble?
No, they're going to say he's down.
If he did fumble, the Gold team got it back.
Here's the problem with this, though. This is an all-star game, you know? And you got your quarterback is constantly under pressure.
Well, protect better, I guess, is what I would say.
Yeah.
That's the 5th time he's been sacked. Mason Grants, I want to say, has maybe 2.5 of those 5. And that looked like a guy doing the hammer throw in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just spinning him around. Or the other thing it reminds me of, for those who played Super Mario Brothers growing up, you toss Bowser by the tail in Super Mario 64. So you got to spin him around and toss him, you know?
Long field goal attempt here.
Yeah, this is Julio Galvin of Kennedy. And, of course, if you don't make this, you're giving the Black Squad great field position, but you might have to anyway. See what he can do. And it's off of the scoreboard. That's a live ball. It's taken at the 17 by Sharp. No, it's not a live ball. My mistake. So did they get the ball where it came down then? I guess automatically placed at the 20.
Oh.
And the crowd booing. And again, that's your point. It's an all-star game.
No, you got a broken leg.
Oh. I was going to say it's an all-star game. Why are we not letting them return it? But yeah, we have more serious issues here.
I don't know. I don't like the way that leg looks.
No, I don't either. There's an ankle pointing the wrong way or a foot pointing the wrong way there. Try to get a glimpse of who. Did you catch a jersey number there?
No. That's people saw that I think on the thing and
they were saying get that stretcher out here now. So that's not good. And that's what the booing was about. I thought it was not letting Isaiah Sharp run, and I was caught off guard there. This is a really unfortunate situation.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Here come parents. And again, we don't see the number of who it is. But the dad is
15, I want to say, for the black team. There's the mom.
Well, there is no 15, so that's not it. We hate to speculate on who it is. We are at the All-Star Bowl here at Rabobank Arena, and a festive atmosphere has been muted. Serious injury to the leg. Looked like the right leg.
Let's see if I can get down in there and see.
Of a black team player. We cannot identify him as of yet. We just looked at the radio booth. They don't know either.
Gotta be so careful. I've been through this with my child. So scary. I gotta be careful how they move them.
Yeah, you don't want to disrupt that leg too much, especially in a young body.
Yeah.
Those bones can still be growing, of course.
Scary moment here, Fleddies, where a young man has been injured here in the All-Star game.
The referee's telling the players to step back.
Yep.
You know you're concerned, but you've got to.
45, Zach.
45, and that is Brennan Medley of Kern Valley, who's made several really good plays tonight. And it's just a shame, a crying shame that his night will end like this. And he'll be in a cast, and you can see the black team players rallying to his side here. Brennan Medley of Kern Valley.
This crowd, standing ovation.
Yeah, and
as they should.
Guy played a whale of a ball game and looked like a serious, I want to say, right leg injury.
Yeah. Lower right leg, the ankle's turned.
The foot's pointing the wrong way, and that's never what you like to see.
I hate that. Hate it. It's the worst thing about sports are those injuries, especially football. And, it's one of those things.
This is one of those freak plays, It's not it's just sort of incidental contact probably. And it was during a play, that field goal hits the scoreboard, and it's supposed to be a dead ball.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody knows that. It's one that doesn't happen very often. What happens when the ball hits the scoreboard? So they keep playing, and, unfortunately, this is what happens.
Trying to tweet this out. We've witnessed. Who was the young man that was injured again?
Brennan Medley, his name. And there he is. We'll see if he did he give a thumbs up to the crowd? No, I don't think he did. He is trying to lift his head up. And you know who that is next to him is Dalton Gallus, his high school teammate who's not playing tonight. He was on the black roster, but he's not playing. You can tell he's upset. He's shaken up by it too. I mean, I'm no doctor, but that's a broken leg, right?
Yeah, that's got to be. Fortunately, they were able to get him up and get him out of there. But, that's the scary thing about this turf and this format, in football.
Well, and it's sports in general, it can happen. It definitely can happen, and that's what we're seeing here tonight.
Never want to see it, though. You just never want to see it.
No, you pray that sort of stuff didn't, and they literally did pray before the game that we don't see that stuff tonight, but it does happen sometimes, and unfortunately,
I got it on
we've
video.
got it
Unfortunately, I don't want to post it.
No, I agree with you there.
That's the one thing that I have to sit. That we've been doing all this video here at the Bakersfield, California. I just don't want to see it.
Let sleeping dogs lie on that one. So the Black Squad, as we resume, and they were the team that just suffered that serious injury, is going to have the ball at the 20 with 3:06 to go. This is the point in a regular season game where you'd say, okay, can these guys focus back on the game? That might go doubly here because it's supposed to be a game for fun anyway.
And I'm not sure that he got hit or anything.
I think he sort of got caught up in some incidental contact, maybe a block behind the ball or something, but it didn't look bad, and that's why I missed it at first. We're going to take another brief timeout here. Now here comes the offenses back onto the field. And now we are ready to go. Black Squad leading the goal 20-12. Last touchdown was a touchdown pass from Isaiah Sharp to Sheldon Croney. And now going in motion is R.J. Oliver, and he's the one who makes the catch from Jones. Gets up to midfield, brought down immediately by Mason Saba, who's had himself a whale of a ball game. And I take that back. That was Zach Balfans making that catch, not R.J. Oliver. 28, not 18.
Balfans hasn't a bad game either.
Yeah, he got the first touchdown of the game. Little 7-yard strike from Jones back in the first quarter. Second down and 5 from the 25. Now Croney in motion. And Jones looking for Sheldon and threw it too far, and Croney head over heels into that wall. Luckily, I think he had slowed down just before he hit the wall enough to where he didn't tumble over.
With strong arms of John Treach of John 29 there to hold them together.
Yeah, way to be in the right place at the right time.
It's becoming of you.
So 3rd down now and 5 for the black squad from midfield.
Jumped.
And a movement on the defensive front there. That was Frankie Jacobo. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Nigel Brooks, the other number 1. Big Nigel Brooks. He's pointing the other side, saying, hey, I was drawn off. The ref saying, no, you weren't. So that is going to be an automatic first down. That's a big penalty against Nigel Brooks there.
I saw a great, I can't remember where I saw the story at. Maybe it was Sports SB Nation or one of those sites talking about football. And as I look at our live numbers this morning, or this afternoon or evening, I should say, that it just proves one point that football still rules. But it's like, can football just shut up for like 5 minutes? I mean, it completely dominates the conversation. It dominated this week.
No doubt. No doubt. That's what happens. First down, black squad at the 20. And it's Matt Smith on a design run, gets to the outside, and he is going to rumble in for the touchdown.
So hard to stop.
Bakersfield Christian represent. Again, it's Matt Smith and the rare outside run in an Arena Bowl game, but it works out. 20 yards for Big Matt, the future Air Force Falcon.
Oh, playing Duck, Duck, Goose. Playing Duck, Duck, Goose.
There's a celebration I like. There's a celebration. I like that. I think Justin James won the game of Duck, Duck, Goose there. So with 1:01 to play in the half, another touchdown for the black squad. They lead 26-12. Juan Topete on for the extra point. And it is good for Topete. And the black team now leads 27-12. And the clock ran during the PAT. We're down to 49 seconds to play in the first half. So the gold squad is going to have to get going in a hurry here if they want to strike before the half. And if they do, they get the ball first in the second half too. So that drive started with that unfortunate injury to Brennan Medley. And after he was carted off, the black team drives right down the field and gets the 20-yard touchdown run from Matt Smith. Really kept his balance well around the corner there. Not easy to do either.
Well, other than the injury part, it's been a fun night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's been a good one outside of that, and
It wouldn't be a bad place to have an office. It's nice and cool, nice view.
I do think, too, the other thing is, Lewis, this game is moving a little bit faster than Arena Bowls have in the past. Maybe that's my imagination.
I'm pretty sure the first one we covered took about 9 or 10 hours.
I will knock on wood because I do have a deadline tonight to get this story in the newspaper, but
it would be 10:50.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty good. Here is the kickoff, and it will be returned out past the 10 by Derek Adams, and he gets to about the 14-yard line. So there are 36 seconds left now for the Gold Squad. And I do think now in the last minute of the half, they stopped the clock on incompletions and that sort of thing here. If I remember correctly from last year's All-Star Bowl, because this is the only time I covered the Arena Bowl. And on our other screen here on Bakersfield.com, Cal State Bakersfield 5, Seattle University nothing. Hayden Carter, a complete game shutout for the Roadrunners, and they win the opener of that series. They're within half a game of the Red Hawks now for first place.
Huge.
Play again tomorrow and again Sunday at Hartfield. Complete pass from Wiley out near midfield, and that's Lemicio Hill.
Suddenly,
and now they got to hurry here, 31 seconds.
Suddenly, CSUB baseball making things happen and playing some exciting baseball here.
Yep, under 30 to play now. That clock was stopped briefly for a first down. And Wiley, it's the hammer thrower. It's Mason Grants, and he's got him again. And Gold is going to have to use its final timeout here. Tanner Henderson also there for Black, but it was Grants there first, and the 6th sack of the half for the Black squad. A loss of 10, and Gold will call its 3rd and final timeout here with 20 seconds to go in the half. How about Greg Richardson of Shafter, Lewis? A great effort out at the Patriot games. 52 and 1/2 inch in the shot put and 161.1 in the discus. Pretty good double
give
there.
Matt Smith a little run for his money in the discus.
Dennis Hicks of Liberty, a 47.6 to win the triple jump there. Pretty good mark as well.
46.6?
47.6.
Wow, that is a pretty good mark. Why am I blanking on the BHS long jumper's name?
Bryce Huggins.
Bryce Huggins, there you go.
Almost said Braxton, but that'd be his cousin.
Is he still leading the state in the shot in the long jump?
You know, I don't know. If he's not, he's got to be right up there. Another penalty on the Gold squad here, and that is going to make it 2nd and 25. Now, you only need one play in arena football to strike deep, but that might be all the Gold squad has here with 13 seconds left in the half. They're going to reset the clock actually to 20 seconds. Now you're looking maybe at 2 plays. Man in motion is Hill, and Wiley's just going to take off and run. And now he pitches it forward, trying to get the ball to Hill, but it's incomplete.
And Morum is coming off the blitz on the corner there. And they've just made Wiley's life miserable. He has no time to throw at all.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he looks up at his first progression, he is already under pressure. He has been sacked 6 times. 4 catches for 68 yards, by the way, for Lemicio Hill.
15 seconds to go. Once again, you're watching live coverage here on Bakersfield.com. I'm Louis Amestoy, joined by Zach Ewing here from Rabobank Arena.
Here's the stat of the first half, Louis. Jordan Wiley has negative 29 rushing yards, and that's after he went for 30 yards on his first carry. And he's just been sacked. Now he'll heave this one up, and he overthrew everybody. Katzentonis was actually closer to catching that than Braylon Scott. 8 seconds to go. It'll be 4th down, so one more shot for the Gold team.
That name on the back of that jersey, Katzentonis.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
Nice kid.
He was.
Now Mariscal's not playing in this game, right? Because
that is correct.
Arizona didn't want him to be in it.
That is the way I understand it.
I can see that being one of those things where you would say, you're going to do what?
Yeah.
You're going to do what?
Play
Where?
an indoor all-star game and what?
On what kind of turf? Are you kidding me?
And most of the, I shouldn't say most, many of the college-bound players do not play in this, although Kamari Cotton-Moya played last year and Sheldon Croney's playing this year, the 2 Iowa State-bound players. So Iowa State obviously doesn't feel that way. Now Lemicio Hill is loose here after the catch but the clock is going to stop at 1 second. They don't have any timeouts left, and they can't really snap the ball. So, oh, you know what? That wasn't even a first down.
Yeah.
Despite the big gain, that was a 20-yard gain on 4th and 25. So with 1 second left, the black squad is actually going to get a chance. That's now 88 yards receiving on 5 catches for Lamicio Hill. Last play of the first half coming up.
That Smith's already he's in motion there.
He's dancing, I think. And Brandon Jones, the quarterback, obviously has to go for it all here. The man he's going to go for is going to be intercepted. And now going the other way, and this could turn into a huge play for the Gold Squad. It's a pick six, and it's Mason Saba. He goes into the stands, and why not his second pick? And what a turnaround on the final play of the first half. And that is something else. And it makes me think back to the first football game we covered on BVarsity Live this school year, Lewis, out at Bakersfield College.
Yep.
Ridgeview Frontier, and Ridgeview got a pick six on the final play of the first half. This time, it's Rich Cornford's team doing it to Dennis Manning's team and getting back in the game with a touchdown in the final second of the first half. That is absolutely amazing. A 49-yard interception return by Mason Saba.
With Brandon Jones' second interception, right?
And both to Saba. And both very similar. Saba just jumping in front of the receiver. And so that cuts the lead to 27-18. And the black squad wants a timeout before the extra point here. So you thought there was only 1 second left in the first half. Well, guess what? There's more now. We will be here for another minute. 27-18 black squad. Mason Saba of Centennial pretty much has defensive MVP on lockdown right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Two interceptions, this one returned for a touchdown.
The defensive front.
Oh, that's true. Mason
of the black
Grants.
team.
Yeah, Mason Grants has done a great job for the black squad. But the gold squad's had some big turnovers. They've forced 3 of them now, and they're going to go for 2. And throwing the ball is Derek Adams, and it is caught for the touchdown by number 15, Tommy Castellan of South. So Derek Adams on a little flea flicker action. The 2-point conversion is good. And
things interesting.
That's going to make it a 7-point game at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Black 27, gold 20. What a turnaround in the final second of the first half. Not final seconds. 1 second was left on the clock. Interception, return for a touchdown, turns into 8 points for the gold team. So at halftime here on BVarsity Live at the U.S. Army All-Star Bowl, it is the black team 27 and the gold team 20. Louis Amestoy and I will be back after a break here on BVarsity Live.
Hey, I've instructed everybody not to. I don't want those pictures in the paper.
Yeah, I saw that.
What are we doing now? We're taking a break?
We are playing a game here, I think, where the kids have to get dressed up in the Arena Bowl uniforms and run to the end zone.
What?
Live? Are we live?
No, I took it off for a second.
Yeah, I was hoping they weren't stupid enough to do that anyway, but it's probably good to.
Some guys doing some dancing here, like Dancing Granny. Or they're doing the, they were doing Gangnam Style. Nice crowd in Lower Bowl.
Got to be probably a good 5,000 here, right?
I'd say probably in that range.
Close to that.
If I had Mike Griffith here, I'd have him give me some popcorn. Oh, by the way, there's another moth flying in the lower bowl part.
This place, this place is infested with those things right now. And by this place, I don't mean the arena. I mean the entire city. Okay, here we go. Black team with a 27-20 lead has the ball at the 5. Brandon Jones throws out to the flat. And doing a little shake and bake and picking up 6 or so yards is Isaiah Sharp. Brandon Jones really surprising how low his yardage total is. That's only 49 yards passing, but then there was a long stretch there in the first half where they didn't have the ball. So that's certainly part of it. That was the first catch of the day, by the way, by Isaiah Sharp. Now, he's done plenty of other stuff. He returned a missed field goal for a touchdown and threw a pass for a touchdown. A one-handed catch made there. And again, it was Isaiah Sharp. Strong hands.
Do we know where Isaiah's going to end up next year?
Bakersfield College. He will be a Renegade.
Interesting.
You will be seeing him after climbing Mount BC next year.
We expect all 10 BC games to be broadcast live on Bakersfield.com.
What's our plan for BVarsity? We're ready to tell the people anything about that?
We're still developing it. A lot of people asking questions. There's Matt Smith again.
And
man,
Matt Smith is a man running the football, and the Mountain West Conferences are going to find out about that over the next 4 or 5 years. And he picks up a nice gain again there, and it's 1st and goal for the black team.
Yeah, there's times when we talked about this before when Matt Smith would play, when he'd run the ball and when he would play defense where he was completely dominating. Remember his sophomore season, that Wasco game, he'd been hurt. He came in and he really was a difference maker in that game.
Yeah, when he has been healthy in his high school career and when they've actually given him the rock, which, for a while they had such a great passing game that they didn't need to as much, especially when he wasn't healthy. But he has been super productive. Jones drops it, throws a fade pattern, and it's caught by R.J. Oliver, and that is the height advantage. Saba's had a great game here, but R.J. Oliver, that's just a physical disadvantage. And what are we going to do now, bowling?
Nice.
That was kind of, I'm not sure how well that was set up there. But they get points for creativity and for the
athletically we're seeing BCHS doing some work tonight.
Yeah, you think that was just a small school that couldn't play. Well, they may not have had the depth of some of the other teams in the area, but boy, did they have some players on that team. R.J. Oliver with the touchdown catch from Brandon Jones. We said that plenty during the season. Juan Topetti, extra point attempt, could make it a 14-point lead. And it is good. He's been perfect on this right side. Black team leading the gold team now 34-20. 8:39 to play in the third quarter. So the gold team had a chance to tie the game there. Derek Adams, unfortunately, would have been a tough sliding catch, but he dropped it at the goal line. could have possibly tied the game for gold, and just a couple of minutes later, it's now 34-20 black team. Bakersfield Christian was in a lot of Arena Bowl type games this year too.
That's kind of the thing you're looking forward with, with Brandon Jones. He's got such a nice touch on the ball.
Yeah.
This kind of fits his style. It's his first touchdown pass, right?
No, he had the one to Balfans, another BCHS player.
Oh, that's right.
On the first drive of the game. So he's got 2. And Gerald Pierucci, the recently deposed BCHS football coach, says that's another one I've seen before. Brandon Jones to R.J. Oliver. Yes, he has quite a few times. And as I just said on Twitter, the black team, up 34-20. So many BCHS players on that side, and they've all played well. Zach Balfans, Matt Smith, R.J. Oliver, and Brandon Jones. And not a single Eagle on the other side, so Dennis Manning knew what he was doing when he was drafting this team. He got himself a lot of Ridgeview kids. Jacob Lopez, the only Ridgeview player on the other side, and he got a lot of BCHS kids. Here we go, a burst of speed for Lemicio Hill. A stiff arm for Lemicio Hill, and that's what he's known for. And we have ourselves the return touchdown. Lemicio Hill of the Drillers gets it done for the gold side. And we got to see a trademark Lemicio stiff arm there, too.
Yeah, that was nice.
Boy, he was the one who finally made a man miss or got a block early. And then the stiff arm did the rest. I thought he was going to get pushed into the wall, but I should have known better because Lemicio Hill doesn't let that happen. Wow. Just like that, back to a one-score game. And really the big plays in special teams and on defense have been made by the gold team here. And that is what's keeping them in this game. 34-26. And Julio Galvan is on the field to attempt an extra point. We have another injury first. And up on his feet is Matthew Clendenin. Good to see him walk off under his own power.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our birthday boy, number 11, Matt Clendenin.
And it's his birthday, by the way, they just announced, so I'm glad he wasn't too seriously hurt on his birthday. That's for sure. So here is Galvan for the extra point to try to make it a 7-point game. 8:24 still to play in the third quarter, so we're not really in an end game situation or anything close to it. But you do start to wonder about, do you go for two? Do you kick extra points? That sort of thing. And this one is blocked by Tanner Henderson, and I think that was a live ball. Ja'Kai Harrell tried to scoop it up for the gold team and couldn't come up with it, or for the black team, excuse me. And the gold team recovers instead, but it is a blocked extra point by Tanner Henderson. So the gold team will settle for 6, and it is a black 34, gold 26. The 50-yard kickoff return by Lemicio Hill. 8:09 on the clock, third quarter, 34-26 black team. The black team has led the entire way tonight. And trying to finish things out, but still a long way to go here. 34-26. Just a one-possession game with 23 minutes and 9 seconds still left. And it is a running clock, but that's still a lot of time.
Right to Crony.
Crony with a chance now to answer Hill, but he is going to be swallowed up. Initial contact there made by Andrew Hansen. And Crony will get forward progress to about the 9-yard line, so that's where the black team will start.
One thing about, Sheldon is that he's not, he's so physical that sometimes he's not as quick as those guys like a Lemicio Hill.
Right, and I think maybe he could be, but he doesn't need it. That's a part of his game that can still develop more, possibly.
I mean, he's fast. Don't get me wrong, but
he can show some moves in tight spaces, especially, I think. Okay, so here we go. Brandon Jones back under center, still now just leading by one score, 34-26. He's got time. He will throw deep. He's looking for Oliver. It's a touchdown. What a beautiful throw by Brandon Jones. And R.J. Oliver knows what to do with it. Right back at you.
Got another injury down here. That might be.
Let's see, getting to his feet, that is Curtis Hampton of BHS. And he appears to be okay, just got the wind knocked out of him. R.J. Oliver going deep, and Brandon Jones knew what to do with it. 41 yards there. Having trouble keeping up with all these highlights now. And Juan Topete, who, by the way, has been a very key member of this team, because those extra points start to add up, and the gold team did get a 2-point conversion to make up for a couple of those misses, but Topete is 4 for 5 in this game and going for 5 for 6 here on extra points. And that one he missed. No, he got it. He got it again. I'm sorry.
Roughing the kicker, though.
Difficult to tell from this angle. If it was roughing the kicker, then still good. Topete, 6 out of 7, or 5 out of 6, excuse me, and it is. Looks like that's running into the kicker against the black squad. Great throw by Brandon Jones. Great catch by R.J. Oliver. And the black team strikes right back. We got your big plays now. It's a 15-point lead for the black squad, 41-26. They told us they were going to win the game when they were in studio yesterday on BVarsity Live, and so far, so good for the black squad. Petty will kick off, and we'll see if Lemicio Hill can get his hands on another one. Also back there, it's Derek Adams, and joining them, Peyton Solf of Liberty. That'll be interesting.
$42.78 for Morgan Hill. It's not bad.
That in the 300-meter hurdle, I'm guessing.
A little training run.
And they are announcing now they will assess that running into the kicker penalty on the kickoff, which really in arena ball, I mean, that unless you can kick it over the net, it's still going to get returned. I guess it allows your coverage team to get up 5 yards further.
That was a heck of a throw by Brandon Jones, just watching the replay of it, Zach.
And Oliver really made a good in-air adjustment.
We had Sharp in motion on the bottom side of your screen, and on the top side, Oliver was right there in the middle of the track, basically. Watch the highlights on our Facebook page at BVarsity Live, also on YouTube.
The goal team has threatened a couple of times to get in this thing, and they've, in fact, once had a 2-point deficit and the ball inside the 10-yard line, and they could not take the lead at any point. Now they're facing a 15-point deficit. Yes, again, they're going to try that onside kick.
Fumble.
And it was fumbled, and Ja'Kai Harrell got it for the black team. And that is the first turnover for Gold and something they absolutely could not afford.
Could be a dagger here.
And now the onus is on the Gold team's defense because the black team with the ball at midfield.
Because a dagger in this game could. You got to
Yeah,
have
there's
about
too
a 30,
much. Yeah.
have about a 35 or 40-point lead to have a dagger in this kind of game.
Too much time left for a dagger yet, but certainly things trending well for the black team. They led 14-12 after a quarter. They led 27-20 after 2 quarters. And now up by 15 and looking for more.
Once again, you're watching BVarsity Live on Bakersfield.com. I'm Louis Amestoy, Vice President of Content for the Bakersfield Californian, joined by the sports editor of the Californian, Zach Ewing, and he's with the play-by-play.
Handoff comes to Matt Smith, and for once tonight, Matt Smith will be bottled up and driven back. He's had a couple of nice runs, but nowhere to go that time. About 4 Gold defenders there. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. So that's a good start for the Gold squad, which needs a stop in the worst kind of way here. Under 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 41-26 black team at the 14th annual All-Star Bowl. Used to be the Blitz Bowl, then it was the Arena Bowl, now it's the U.S. Army All-Star Bowl. Croney in motion at the top of your screen. Jones pumps it to him, and now he's going deep, and it's Croney again off his hands. And then Isaiah Sharp almost caught it off of the ricochet, but it falls incomplete. So 3rd down. That's the first incompletion thrown by Jones this half. He was 4 for his first 4. Third down and 11. I'm going to miss this class of seniors. A lot of good kids in this class that we've known for a while. Matt Smith and Sheldon Croney and Anthony Mariscal yesterday told us they'd come back when they were back in town. Stavros.
I thought Stavros could get you some euros.
You know, he brought Trevor a euro once because Trevor basically
handed him,
begged him until he got it.
I'm actually not sure I've ever had a euro at Goose Looney's.
Well, you're missing out. You are missing out. That was a grenade launched from Brandon Jones. Hard throw and handled by Croney. And he is close to the first down, but he's just short of it. It's going to be 4th down and a yard. was a gain of 10 on 4th and 11. So now the black team, will they turn to Matt Smith here? Maybe a rollout sort of pass? What do you do on a key 4th down?
Matt Smith is just happy, dancing and stuff.
He's a happy kid. He's having fun. That's what it's all about here at the All-Star Bowl. And the Gold Squad needs a stop here in the worst kind of way. 4th and a yard. And it will be the handoff to Smith, and the Gold Squad saw it coming.
Fumble.
Nigel Brooks. And the fumble doesn't really matter because it's 4th and a yard anyway. He was just trying to fumble it forward, I think.
The gold team's got it.
You know what? He might have fumbled it forward to the first down, but the gold team got it anyway. Peyton Solf and Nigel Brooks were there. And that's a big, big turnover on downs with 3:08 to play in the third quarter. Keeps it a 2-score game.
3:08, yep.
Maybe the Matt Smith call. If he hadn't gotten it and they didn't get it, everybody would say, why didn't you give it to Matt Smith? Well, they did give it to Matt Smith, and the gold side saw it coming. Now the clock running under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 41-26, black side ahead. What do we have here? I don't see a flag, but we got a whistle. Maybe resetting a play clock. Now we'll go to it. And it's Derek Adams reversing field on the end around. Ooh, he ran into his own man. Still picked up about 4 yards. It's a pretty nice play there. Marcus Bruce eventually gets him down. Adams didn't see anything and reverses field and really got close to, yeah, he got about 4 yards there. And just like that was a big stop for the Gold Side defense. They would love to get a touchdown here. Late in the third quarter, trailing by 15. Plenty of big plays for the Gold team tonight, but not enough of the in-between sort of plays. Adams will go in motion. Wiley in the shotgun. Got a lot more time here than he did in the first half. It's a quick throw to the far sideline.
Braylon Scott.
And Braylon Scott making, would you believe it, his first catch of the night.
Well, I like the idea of him being in the shotgun because it gives him just a little bit more time.
And he was able to go through his progression there. You're absolutely right about that. That was a 7-yard gain on 2nd and 6. So a first down. High snap. Wiley corralled it. Now he goes deep and he's got a man and it's picked off. How many times are we going to see that in this game? The receivers do not go up for the ball and the defensive backs jump in front, and that's Stavros Katsantonis, his second touchdown, or second interception, excuse me, of the night. So he and Mason Saba of the Gold Squad, each with 2 picks now. 57 seconds to go in the third quarter and a big play for the black side.
All right, here you go, Zach. Spell cat.
Katsantonis, here we go. Katsantonis.
Oh my gosh. Katsantonis.
Spelled just like it sounds, really.
That video is now on YouTube. That was a heck of a game.
So that was a completed pass there to Sharp. And he gets about 4 yards. Yeah, there's been some back and forths in this game, even without a lead change. Second down and 6 now for the black team. And Brandon Jones is sacked in the end zone. Are they going to say he got out?
Nope. They're going to
Brett Clark, the assistant for the Gold Squad, is saying, please give us a safety.
get him at the 1.
Brett Clark can't believe it, but they're going to say Brandon Jones had forward where was he hit? That's the key here. Yeah, he was hit at the 1. That's the correct call.
Fans don't like it.
That's a 9-yard loss. That's the first sack for the Gold team. And it's going to be 3rd and 15 back at the 1-yard line. Clock may run out on the third quarter here, and it did. So that's the end of the third quarter, a precarious spot for the black team offense at their own 1-yard line when we come back. But they hold a 41-26 lead on the Gold team, thanks in part to a bomb from Brandon Jones to R.J. Oliver here on BVarsity Live.
I think there it is. Stavros Cats.
Let's start the bidding at, say, $20, Neil, $20. Signed by every player here tonight.
Going to do a little live auction action.
I want somebody to tweet us in game.
Colton Foster sent me a DM.
Did he?
Big Frosty King.
Did he send you a DM because he couldn't find the stream? Is that what happened? What was?
Yeah, but he had found it by the time I responded
right.
anyway. So, Colton, if you're still listening, shout out to you, my friend. Talk about track. There's
he might have a heck of a year next year. He's gotten so much larger, as far as size and strength and speed.
If you're watching us, tweet us where you're watching from at BVarsity Live, and Lewis will retweet you. To recap the scoring real quick, and it's a kind of a big job to do, but we'll do it. Zach Balfans caught a 7-yard pass from Brandon Jones for the black team. Isaiah Sharp returned a missed field goal for 50 yards. That made it 14-0. Gold team struck back Dylan Guillermo, a 6-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Wiley. And then Jordan Wiley, a 1-yard sneak. The extra points missed on both of those, so it was 14-12. Then it was a 26-yard touchdown pass from Isaiah Sharp to Sheldon Croney that put the black team back on top 20-12. Then we had a Matt Smith 20-yard touchdown run for 27-12. Mason Saba, a 50-yard interception return just before halftime to get the Gold back within 7 at the half, 27-20. And then in the second half, R.J. Oliver from Brandon Jones for a touchdown, answered by Lemicio Hill's 50-yard kickoff return for the Gold team, and then answered on the very next play, another Jones to Oliver connection, this one 41 yards. And that was all the scoring in the third quarter, happened on 3 consecutive plays, and makes the score a black 41, Gold 26, entering the final 15 minutes.
Isaiah Sharp's touchdown run on the kickoff return is our most viewed video on Facebook right now with 228 views already.
So keep it going. And we are set to go in the fourth quarter out of their own end zone.
Oh, he slipped and fell.
Sharp does get the first down, though. Or did he? No.
No, he got a first down.
He did, yes. It was...
That I tell you, one of the challenges is
third and 15.
the
and
chain
he picked up
gang.
60.
They got to scramble to get out of the way, and one of these guys fell down.
Yeah, he caught it pretty good there. That was actually an 18-yard gain on 3rd and 15, and that's really a dagger for this Gold defense too, because they had him backed up. They thought they might have had a safety, and instead, another first down.
Brandon Jones throwing some darts.
Yeah, he does not lack for arm strength, does he?
Well, I think a lot of times he was throwing these balls for touch, and he's incredibly strong.
Jones with time, and another dart, and it's caught by Sheldon Croney. And there's Croney's speed. I thought Jones might have overshot him just a little bit, but he threw it perfectly, and Croney ran right onto it. Beautiful
Nice
throw. And yes, a very nice route run there by Sheldon Croney. It's a 31-yard touchdown pass. And the Black Squad rolling now, up by 21 with the extra point still to come. And Brandon Jones also, remember, he only had 43 yards passing at the half. He's up to 168.
I think he's trying to figure it out. He was kind of throwing these touch passes earlier.
Quick throws.
Now he's saying, you know what? I'm going to throw darts at you guys.
Yeah, he is really firing them in there, and Sheldon Croney has proven that he's got some pretty good hands on him. 13:36 to go in the game, and the Gold Squad now down 3 scores. And the extra point, no good from Juan Topete, so it will be a 3-score lead, 47-26. And the Gold Squad, which stayed in with big plays for really 3/4 of this game, is going to need some more big plays. Right now, they are losing touch with the confident Black Squad.
Watching from Hunter Meekum, watching from Kern Valley. Derek watching, fun to watch at home. Go BCHS. Watching from Kern Valley, watching my little brother Jordan Wiley from Utah. That's Tyler Schlabel. Great job. Watching in Peoria, Arizona, Lindsay Heather. Thank you guys for watching. Got a couple more notifications here. And watching from Kern Valley as well. So got the Kern Valley kids watching.
Our thoughts, of course, with Brennan Medley, who had that injury in the second quarter. That was easily the low point of the night, yeah. And not a fun sight as he got wheeled off the serious right leg injury, and try to get an update on that in the Californian in the next couple of days. So we see how he's doing. I mean, no doubt that was a broken leg. But beyond that, we'll try to get an update.
Remember Brandon Jones' Twitter handle? Ace Boogie.
You know, he's going through several different ones. I like that one. That's a good one.
Can't find him anymore. Yeah, if you'd like to tweet us at BVarsity Live, tell us where you're watching from tonight. We'd really love to hear from you.
$13:11 to play in this one. 47-26. Black Squad. And they are, looks like on their way to leading Dennis Manning to a second All-Star Bowl victory and handing Rich Cornford his first ever All-Star Bowl loss as a coach. That was absolutely a bullet, wasn't it?
Yeah,
From
it really was.
Jones to
I guess
Croney.
would be the question I'd ask Brandon Jones. You know, it's like kind of throw some, kind of judge where you're throwing to, and pretty much said, you know what, I got to get these balls thrown off quickly here.
47-26 is our score. It's a 3-score game, and I'll go ahead and say this now. If the Gold team scores, I'm in favor of going for 2. And I know it's a 21-point game, and that doesn't make a lot of sense on the surface, but I think should you score 3 more times, which is what you need to do to win to tie the game, your chance of getting to 21 is better hoping to get 2 out of 3 2-point conversions than to hope for 3 extra points when you haven't hit one yet tonight. Just thinking ahead, but obviously a lot of work to be done for the Gold Squad to even get into that position.
All right, fans, it's not over yet. It's not over by a long shot. Gold team is still in this. Gold team can still make this a game. If you want the gold team to make this a game, make some noise. It's not over, folks. Get on your feet.
Brandon Jones, by the way, 4 touchdown passes tonight. 5 total for the Gold team. Isaiah Sharp had 1. Now off of the net.
Oh,
looked like that could have been a horse collar tackle. Luckily, Lemicio Hill is okay.
And Morin got trucked too, almost in concussive type force.
Yeah, we almost had a head-on collision there with Morin, and I don't know if that was Isaiah Sharp. Isaiah Sharp doing a little dance for us, showing he's fine.
First and 10 for the Gold Squad on the 13-yard line.
So the Gold will take over at its own 8-yard line, and they need points in a hurry. 12:29 and counting here in the 4th quarter, and Black leads Gold 47-26. Mike Griffith watching from his desk, eating popcorn and drinking Coke from your fridge, Lewis.
Yeah, very nice. Forgot to lock my door. He's worse than Michael Hopper.
Quick throw out to the near sideline, complete. And Braylon Scott made that catch and gets out past the 15, just shy of a first down. Call it an 8-yard gain.
Brandon Scott really with a breakout season offensively.
Yeah, and got himself a scholarship. He was a basketball guy in college before his senior season. Now he's a football guy. Colorado State. Fort Collins, here he comes.
I mean, the key for Braylon Scott will be working on his speed and his size.
Another bit of a high snap. Wiley goes up to get it. He's got a lot of time, but he stumbles as he goes forward, and he lost 5 yards. So back to the 10. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Or excuse me, 3rd down and 8. Not really a sack there because he more fell than anything, but that would be, technically speaking, the 7th sack of the game for the Black Squad, and the first sack of the second half. .49 and counting left now. Gold side looking for something to happen. They send 2 receivers to the left, and now Lemicio Hill back in motion. Not in full speed as he hits the line of scrimmage, but Wiley's going to go for him. Over the middle, and it's Katz-Antonis again. Stavros Katz-Antonis does not play for your side, but he catches the ball anyway. That's 3.
Oh, he got another broken leg. Oh.
And who is this?
You got 2 guys that are hurt. Got another broken leg.
They run into each other, I think.
Jeez.
2 Gold Squad players ran into each other trying to make the tackle there. Is one of those number 8, Lewis? Is that Cole Dewey of Centennial?
2.
He says number 2, huh? Well, two could be Lemicio Hill.
No, it's 8. You're right.
8 is Cole Dewey.
Jeez.
And I can't see who it is on the far side. Man, oh man, here comes the stretcher again. And this is bad news.
That was a collision.
Yeah.
You got 2 kids down. You have
Yeah.
2 paramedics.
Cole Dewey, and I can't tell the other. You know what? Lemishio Hill was on the field, and I don't see him, so I don't want to speculate, but could that be him? It looks like whoever that other player is has sat up. I want to say the Cole Dewey's lower body collided with the upper body of the other player. Is that what you saw?
Yeah. They had a terrific collision. And that is, I think you're right. It might, number 1 maybe?
Yeah. Is that number 1?
No, Brooks is helping.
Okay.
So that's Lemishio Hill?
I think it is. And Marcus Bruce, another BHS teammate of his, is there from the black side.
At this point,
They are getting him up, which is good. I think Cole Dewey might be getting on the stretcher, although he did get up on one leg power, which is good to see.
I think the tenor of your story might have changed a little bit here.
Yeah, this has certainly cast a pallor over this game. And that was the 3rd interception for Stavros Katsantonis.
And Lemishio Hill, he's moving really slowly too. I think he should be taken off too.
Yeah, I mean, they may not have a choice. I don't know if they have another stretcher in the building.
Well, why are they trying? I don't even talk about it.
I guess you got to decide which one needs the stretcher more. I mean, you hate to play that game, but if you only have one stretcher, it was used for Brendan Medley earlier, and then I presume the paramedics came back or sent another team of paramedics here. And some applause from the crowd as Lemishio Hill gets off to the sideline. He's got to get over that step, too, and he does. He kind of hobbles one-legged over the step, and he's on the bench. We just hope the best for both of these kids. And Cole Dewey is seated up. He's sat up.
Yeah.
He's got some ice on that leg.
Now you got 10 minutes left.
Still 10-17 to play. That's right.
So, I mean, I've seen this thing, 3 times, 4 times now with you, and I don't think that
I don't remember any sort of injuries like this in this. First of all, how serious they are, and second of all, how many there have been. So the black side will get the ball up 47-26. At this point, the game is not really a close game.
Now, if you're a parent, let's say I'm Andrew Hansen's dad, do you let him play?
I mean, at this point, you don't want to go out there and pull him out, I don't think, but you certainly are hoping for those 10 minutes to melt off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the black squad on the 25.
So Brandon Jones under center.
I'm changing my mind on those photos, by the way. Sorry.
And looking for Crony. And Crony cut it off the wall, and that counts.
Wow.
You got to be kidding me. He tried to tip it to himself and couldn't come up with it, but he tips it off the wall and catches it, and Sheldon might be leaving the building. Look at him. He's going up the stairs to the concourse level.
He's like, I got to go to Iowa State. I can't afford a broken leg.
Maybe he's got to go to the bathroom. It's 53-26. That's a 25-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Jones, his 5th of the game. This one, the 2nd in a row to Sheldon Croney. Is he back? He's back. Sheldon Croney came back down. So he's caught 2 touchdown passes from Brandon Jones here in this 4th quarter.
I have to admit that my enthusiasm for this game has waned a little bit.
Well, those 3 serious leg injuries, and something may have to be done. And it's not necessarily the style of this game. Are there more injuries in arena football than in regular football? I don't know about that. I mean, you could get injured in any all-star game. We're just seeing the ugly reality of it tonight, that it's happened 3 times. Serious leg injuries to 3 players. Brennan Medley of Kern Valley, Cole Dewey of Centennial, and Lemicio Hill of Bakersfield all, well, the first 2 stretchered off the field. And Lemicio Hill helped off. But I mean, what do?
I don't know.
You can get hurt in an all-star game. You can get hurt playing football. And it doesn't really matter if it's indoors or outdoors. The extra point, by the way, was no good, so it is 53-26, black over gold. And we still have 7:40 to play.
Don Epler watching at home, supporting my Ridgeview boys. Don Epler, thanks for joining us on BVarsity Live.
Kickoff from Topete, deep, will be taken off the turf by Adams. And he may have a lane here, trying to bust it back up the middle, and a nice job done by number 28, Zach Balfans, to contain him there. So Gold Squad has a first down at the 18. 6:56 remaining now. 53-26, Black Squad.
I could really do without seeing any more broken bones.
Yeah, let's please get through this last 6:40 without that.
Lower right leg things.
Any injuries, we're done with them. And it does seem like the Katzenton is going for his 4th interception. Couldn't quite come up with it, but he does break up the pass. Jordan Wiley's going to see Stavros in his dreams. Derek Adams, again a flea flicker, and he had an open man, and guess who? Stavros Katzentonis has another interception, And he takes this one all the way back inside the 15. You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. He has 4 interceptions in the second half, Lewis.
This thing now, I'm cringing.
Yeah, let's get through 2.5 minutes with no more injuries, please, if nothing else.
Nice
Little
throw.
sidearm throw by Demas. He's kind of got that slingshot. And Gleason upset with himself for not taking that thing in. Chad Gleason's 6th catch of the night. It only goes for a couple of yards. Second and goal at the 7.
Trevor wants to know if you want to do interviews with him. Go down there. I want to tell him to check on those guys.
Yeah, I don't know how much will be known about those injuries at this point.
There's your guy. Boom!
It's Dylan Guillermo again, but he can't get in this time.
What a cannonball.
That's what's fun about this game, though. He got pretty good hands, you know. Making that catch, but didn't quite bowl all the way in. He's down at the 2, so 3rd down and goal. The Gold Squad trying to tack on another touchdown here.
Touchdown.
And into the end zone, yes. Waiting for the signal.
How's that not a touchdown?
I guess they're going to mark Demas down just inside the 1. We're out 45 seconds, so it's all academic at this point, but it is 4th and goal. Gold team going to have one more shot at adding in a touchdown. And that time he got in. Touchdown. And it was Cameron Demas of Delano getting the last touchdown here with 30 seconds left. Makes the score 53-32 Black Squad. The Gold team looks like they're going to line up and go for 2.
The Gold Squad lining up a 2-point conversion.
Demas in the game in the shotgun for this 2-point conversion. In motion goes Derek Adams. High snap, he rolls out, and he's going to be sacked by Morin.